What's going on, everybody? For this last music video, Woman Can Save Me, I really wanted to put together a behind the scenes take to show you what really went into all of this. It was quite the process. I can show you my notes. These are all of my notes, just things written over things. Before we even get to that, let's talk about the song. You know, like half a year ago I wrote these lyrics, because there were lyrics first, and then I found a tune for it in my head. It's interesting to go back now and listen to the rough draft of this song, and then listen to the finished product. It's a drastic difference.
Mama can't save me, I can't save myself.
Okay, so a huge difference between then and now. What started off with just guitar and vocals, I thought I was going to keep it real rustic, real simple, down-to-earth roots, and then I started to think about how big this song could be. Started having dreams of electric guitar, bass, an actual drum set with an actual drummer instead of like a metronome drum set I built on the computer. Organ in there, like a southern rock church organ, and then a horn section, and you just keep building and building to this thing is just this massive song, this monster of a tune, and that's what it became, minus the horn section. But I don't know, if you know a horn section, let me know, because I could use that later on down the line. So that's what happened with the song. From beginning to end, it just really grew and grew and grew until it reached like this critical mass chaos. Said before, all these guys are in different parts of the country. I was able to do the acoustic guitar parts, of course, the vocal part, and the banjo part all here in my apartment. And then I put that into Dropbox, send it to those guys, they listen to it, they add their parts, it comes back to me, I say yes, and then I talk to Jason, and then Jason and I work together a mix. That's how we've been making music for years now, all using Dropbox. I don't know, I feel very lucky that they're my friends. So the video, I had an idea of, so here's the initial idea. I wanted to, the camera would be on a tripod like it is now, and it would be the exact same distance from me, and I would film in different locations all across the Front Range of Colorado. I was gonna bounce all around, take like 2-3 days, drive around, film everywhere, get all of this footage together, and then layer these things and do hard cuts once I put it into Adobe Premiere. Hard cuts so that no matter what the scenery was behind me, I would stay the same distance from the camera, and so it would seem as though I'd being teleported instantly to all of these different locations. And that's what my goal was. The more and more I started to think about that, I realized that it was a much larger undertaking than I was prepared for at the time. And I really needed to start peeling that back in order to make it realistic. One location, find one stellar location that fits this song, and just film it there. So that's what I did, and that's when I found Rich Mill Ranch open space. And it was perfect. No one was there. I had the entire place to myself, which was awesome because I was there for like 4 hours. First walked around this open space with the dogs, and I'm kind of scanning the location. It looks great. Back to the van, drop the dogs off, load up all of my gear in my backpack, and I start walking. I set everything up, grabbed the guitar, tuned it up, sat down in the chair, and then hit play on the phone so that I could have it in my pocket. Hit play, put the phone in my pocket, sat down, I'm recording, ready to go, and I realize that it's too quiet. What's my option? Maybe I could set it behind on my neck and kind of lean forward. The phone would either change songs because of the pressure on my back touching the screen, would skip to the next song. What the Come on, man. Or it finally ended up just falling down the back of my shirt and down onto the ground.
I can't save myself.
Finally, I realized I have one of the, hold on a second. I have a buff. This is called a buff. This is a buff. I don't know if you've used one of these before, but I use them when I go running, and I also put it over my face when I go snowboarding.
On my arm, and I put it on my arm like this, and I fold it up a bunch of times, actually twisted it around, and then rolled it up. That's tight. On my arm like this, and then I had the phone, and I would put the phone underneath and stick it in the buff, but it's so tight on my arm that for this 3 or 4 hour long period of filming, I had this tight buff on my arm, and it ended up cutting into my arm like acting as a tourniquet.
And then I'd have to ask Siri every time I was ready to film, start the song over. So by the end of this, not only is it cold, like 38 degrees when I started, I can't feel my fingers in this hand very well because there's no blood circulation. Anyhow, it all worked out. It was great, but lesson learned, the phone is not loud enough for me to stay in time unless it's like right here. Now, periodically I'm looking into the LCD screen on the back of this camera trying to see if things are turning out the way that I want them. I'm like, yeah, it's great, it looks awesome. So I'll pack everything up. I walk the 11-minute walk with all of this gear back to the van, get into Denver, I open up my computer and I turn on the footage and I notice that not everything is in focus. How is this possible? And so I look at the lens and it was set to manual focus the entire time. Manual focus the whole time? Rookie mistake. Progressively throughout the filming, everything becomes more and more out of focus. I have this panic attack and I think, I'm screwed. I gotta go back out there and redo absolutely everything that I just did, and that gives me one less day to start editing. I went to work on this trying to figure out if I could do something else. How to do this so that people can't tell it's out of focus, how can I color it, how can I blend it together. So at any given time in the video you could be seeing 3 to 4 different clips from either this camera or my GoPro blended together to create this kind of chaos in the sky blending with these dead trees, and I think it turned out really well. In a nutshell, that's it. From beginning to end, finished product. I'm really happy with it. I hope you dig it as well. And thanks, I hope you like this kind of behind the scenes footage because it's fun for me to do. All right, until next time, cheers.